Hi, Romy. My name is Ali.
Yes.
How are
Mm-hmm.
you?
I'm good. I'm good.
You've spoken about your dreams. I'm just
Yes.
curious. You've fulfilled and done so much in your life so far. Is there any
Mm-hmm.
more dreams that you want to fulfill?
Oh yeah. Uh, in fact, a long time ago, I created a video in the beginning of this business 18 years ago. After a year, it says Romy Story Part One. I'm just starting the Romy Story Part Two.
Wow,
Actually, the Part Two is the online way,
that's
and
amazing.
I'm dreaming of making it real big. Okay, I just came back. Okay, a long time ago, I saw a picture when I was just aspiring 6A. I saw a picture of 6A meetings, and I said one day I'm gonna have a whole lot of 6As in my organization, and it happened, you know. And then last week I was in Dubai. There's a 682-3 meeting. There are hundreds of them. They are all my downlines. Okay. And now I see that half, again, are offliners and half are onliners. So now me and my son created this Activate Breakthrough Academy. Okay. Which is a system teaching people how to build our business online. And that's my part two. Like I'm dreaming of making it so big because there are groups that are so huge in this online business. I have one downline who does over 3,500 units a month
Wow.
from Canada. Uh, and then the one in Sydney and Brisbane, they're huge too. You know, so different groups. So here
Yeah.
in the United States, that's what I'm hoping to build also.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and
You're
thank you for
welcome.
answering my question. Appreciate it.
You're good. I know that you've mentioned that inspiration is a fuel to keep you going. I'm curious to know how have you been able to stay consistent throughout these years, especially through times of adversity?
Okay. I keep a book. I write everything. You have to be focused, you know. You have to know your direction. Like in the morning, I would listen to YouTube videos uh, about faith. I'm very strong in learning about faith. Okay. In fact, the teaching that I said that I do faith in business, that really keeps you going in times of really, I would say, discouragement. You know, for instance, I have mastered this art of not worrying. I mean, is there anybody who doesn't worry? Like I don't worry. In fact, this just this week, I have several accounts in a particular bank, and then I came back after my 3 weeks trip. A letter saying that they're gonna close all my accounts. You know, I have to contact all the institutions that I'm making payments, and I worry a little bit. And then I came back to my not worrying thing. You know? I said, say, God, you know, you gave me all this money, you gave me all these things, you take care of it. You know? I think worrying is, I've even heard that worrying is a sin. It's like not believing God, that God will do things for you, that God will hear you, that God will help you. And that's what happens when you become discouraged, you know. I went through a whole lot of, I would say, mishaps. When I was younger in my 30s, I made some mistake. My wife divorced me. Like I was suicidal. I was gonna kill myself. I could not see any future anymore. And I prayed and I get back to God and prayed and we remarried, you know. So we live happily ever after that. Now we got like 5 grandchildren and 2 sons, and we're happy. The same wife that divorced me 30 years ago when I was young. My house was foreclosed. One time we came home, my network marketing business like fell apart, and the house was padlocked already. The bank closed it. One time I woke up, my car was towed away. The dealer pulled it out because I could not pay. It's the faith that keeps me going, because once you lose faith, you're just gonna quit, or you're gonna settle for less, and you wouldn't want to do that. Don't settle for less. But you have to be clear, so keep writing. I have all the scriptures that makes me like with a clear head. If you don't have a clear head, you cannot think. You have to be always at peace with a clear head, so you could think of what you're gonna do. And I have all the Bible scriptures. Every day I listen to them.
Thank you. Thank you for.
Hi, Romy. I see you use God through your business. Do you use Him mainly for inspiration or as a guide?
Actually, as a guide and inspiration, because when you become so sensitive to God, you get guidance on what you do. He even leads you to the right people. Like many times we try to do things our own way, our own selves, without help. I find that, like for instance, just yesterday I encountered this phrase where Jesus prayed to the Father, and he said, "Father, I thank you that you hear me." Okay, so he's talking to his Father, that the Father hears his prayer and answers it. Could you imagine if we could pray like that? I was just praying today like that. Thank you for hearing me. Send me the people like the way you sent it to me before. Send me more. You gotta connect to God. He's more interested in helping you than you interested in asking for help. You gotta keep on reading and reading. There is this one person that I follow a lot of people. I follow this guy, Charles Stanley, since I was young. He has a lot of teaching about success from the Bible. Charles Stanley. About faith, everything. He's a Baptist, I believe. God really guides you. I could sense it. Like even when I'm studying my post on Facebook, I would watch the things that I say that makes a whole lot of people like, and then they go into signing up for the academy. And then from the academy, that's where the people who becomes part of the magic business comes in. So you need a lot of leads to come in, because it's the same thing as the old-fashioned way of building the business. We would do a meeting in a hotel with 50 people, 100 people, and maybe 10 people would buy, or maybe 5 after a meeting. But you have to have the 50 in the room to sell the 5. Now, it's the same thing online. You need a lot of leads to have that 1 or 2 or 3 who will buy.